Hello and welcome to another reading vlog. So this one is going to be reading a thriller that's set in the Brecon Beacons while staying in a cabin in the Brecon Beacons. So today is Wednesday. We are going tomorrow morning, and which is Thursday, and then we're staying there until Sunday in a cabin that's at the top of a waterfall. And I want to just take you along. We're doing some fun activities and hiking each day, and whilst I'm there, I want to read a thriller that is set in the Brecon Beacons. So I have actually chosen this, which is Do Not Disturb by Claire Douglas. And I've read a couple of her books before, so Little Girl Missing, Last Seen Alive. So it's an author that I know. And this one is definitely set in the Brecon Beacons. So we follow Katie, who is living in London. Something quite severe happens while she's there in London, so she decides to move away and have just a fresh start in the Welsh mountains, and so she heads off to the Brecon Beacons to run a guest house. However, her first guest is someone from her past, and she kind of doesn't know whether this person is just running away from something herself or whether there's a much darker reason for her visit. So I think it's going to be quite a dark psychological thriller. And it does get quoted as being quite scary as well. So I think we're going to be in for a fun time, to be honest, with this. And I just think it's going to be really good to read a book set in the place that I'm going to be staying in at the same time. So I'm very much looking forward to this. And I'm looking forward to taking you along as well. So this afternoon, I'm going to do like an itinerary of like what to do each day, and I'm going to sort that out this afternoon, and then obviously tomorrow morning quite early we will be heading off in the car to the Brecon Beacons. I might start this in the car journey, I'm not sure yet, but we shall see. We are stopping off at somewhere that's this side of the border, so still in England, on the way there, but then from then on we will be in the actual Brecon Beacons. Whilst, each evening whilst we're there, I am going to be reading this. So it's very exciting. It's going to be an exciting vlog. I hope you enjoy it. Let's just get on with it.
It's misty down here, yeah. Is that the cloud? What's that? It's the sun.
Yeah, can you not stay with us so that we can feel like we know you?
I think they're coming for peace and quiet. Right. You're playing nursery, right?
And
we don't have a child amongst us.
Hello, so I thought I would come on here with a reading update as well as just a bit of an update of being here. This is the second day being in the Brecon Beacons, and today we went to do the 4 waterfall walk, and we've been there before, but we went back in June, and it was just so much better to see it after all of the rain that we've had recently. So tomorrow we've got another hiking day, touristy kind of day, so we're having a brilliant time whilst we're here in this cabin. But I thought I would come on here with a reading update as well, because on the page I've only read about 56 pages of this, which is Do Not Disturb by Claire Douglas, and I am enjoying it very much. So I kind of feel like it's enjoyable because of the fact that it's set in the Brecon Beacons whilst I'm here. So this follows Kirsty and her family, so that's her husband and 2 children. They've kind of had something happen to them whilst they've been living in London. So she decides to move to the Brecon Beacons and set up a guest house, but she's also got her mum coming along with her. She doesn't kind of get on with her mum very well, but they kind of need it there for the money and financial side of things. So she has moved in with them, and their very first guest at this guest house, this bed and breakfast, is actually her cousin Selena, who she hasn't spoken to since they were about 19. We kind of don't fully know why they're not talking, but it's obviously very awkward between them. There's something that Selena did which Kirsty can just not forgive her for. So it's going to be interesting to see. And from the very first page, we know that there's a body, and we're going to try and figure out who has died and who has done the killing. And I think it's going to be fun. I'm enjoying it so far, and I'm loving all of the references to the Brecon Beacons as well, and the descriptions. It's quite fun whilst I'm staying here. So yeah, I'm going to do a bit more reading now and hopefully keep updating, doing reading updates. Tomorrow we're doing another day out. It's quite nice to have a good walk and then coming back and relaxing in the cabin here. It's a stunning place. So I'm going to make sure I get plenty of reading done, because obviously I want to get this finished whilst we're here. But yeah, I'll come back on and update you when I'm a bit further in with the book.
Abbey. Yeah, there we are. Well, I was quite happy with that one. I was a bit underwhelmed, but
Hello, guys, so just coming on here with a bit of an update, a reading update. I'm nearly halfway through. This is the final night that we're in the Brecon Beacons, so we're heading back tomorrow, but we are going to stop off in the Cotswolds for a bit before actually going home. So I might be able to get this done by the end of the day tomorrow. We shall see. I might try and read in the car on the way back. I'm going to read a bit more this evening, but yeah, I'm nearly halfway, so I'm kind of getting through it. Today was really nice. We went into Tintern, which is there's like an abbey there, and we did like a walk up to Devil's like this point that kind of like looks over down to Devil's Pulpit, I think it's called. So yeah, we went and did that today. We had lunch out. We did also have tea and cake this afternoon as well after the walk. So a very pleasant day. We've been back here for a bit. We've watched a film. I've showered and washed my hair, and I think, I'm not sure what time it is at the moment. I think it's about 8 o'clock possibly. So I do have time for reading this evening as well. So in regards to the book, I am still enjoying it. It's a lot of secrets and we kind of don't really know anything that's going on. It's still very secretive, as it were. And yeah, there's obviously something going on with Selena, who is the first guest that has arrived at the guest house and is actually related to our main character Kirsty. So there's something very odd going on between her and a few other people that are in Kirsty's life. So yeah, there seems to be this thing between them both, Kirsty and Selena, where obviously Kirsty can't quite trust Selena. So yeah, but we're kind of seeing this awkwardness between the two, and I'm very keen to see why, and you know what fully happened back when they were younger, and what she is lying about now, that kind of thing. There's a lot of secrets within the story, so I think it's all going to come about. I'm absolutely loving the setting. Obviously, I found out earlier this morning when I was reading this that it's actually set in a village that's very close to where we are now. So that's interesting as well. It's always good when you can kind of like pinpoint the landmarks within a book. So that's been very interesting as well. I think it's probably going to be like a 4-star read for me, because I wouldn't say it's brilliant and amazing, but there's enough suspense and intrigue to keep me wanting to read on. So yeah, I am enjoying it, and I'm hoping to get this done by the end of the day tomorrow, because obviously we are heading home tomorrow, so we shall see if I can get this read. So I'm going to continue reading now for a bit, and I might get some reading done in the morning, first thing in the morning, and then when I'm heading back, so in the car. So hopefully, yeah, I can get this done, but I am enjoying it very much so. I'm keen to see where it goes from now. So yeah, I'm just going to get on with reading it, and I'll give another reading update soon.
buy better frames. I don't get budget.
Hello, so I have finished Do Not Disturb by Claire Douglas, and also we have just got home, so it's about 5:15 on a Sunday. So we've just got back, seeing to the cats. Seems they've missed us, and we're just gonna have a chilled evening. But we've had a lovely time away. It's been amazing in the Brecon Beacons. We've done a lot of good things. We've been to the waterfalls, we've been to a castle. Yeah, we've done a lot. We packed a lot into a 3-night stay, so it's been very fun, and it's all back to normal from tomorrow. But also, whilst away, my plan was to read a book that was set in the Brecon Beacons whilst we were staying there. So I did. I have now finished Do Not Disturb by Claire Douglas. I finished it in the car on the way back. So this is basically following Kirsty and her husband Adrian, and they moved to the Brecon Beacons after something happened to their family whilst in London. And Kirsty was originally from Wales, so she's basically moving back and taking her family with her. And they decide to open this guest house, but her mother has to stay with them because she's kind of helping them out financially with this guest house. And she ends up having her cousin Selena being the first person to stay, and there's secrets between them because something happened when they were 18 and they haven't spoken since. So they obviously aren't close anymore, and you kind of see this like awkward tension with them. And at the same time, someone else from their past turns up at the guest house as well and is staying there. And then we end up having a body being found, and someone who's staying at the guest house, so there's some guests there as well. Someone ends up dying, and obviously the police are involved, and it's kind of like a locked room mystery because it could have been anyone of the guests or even the family members that were in the guest house at the time. And it's kind of like a psychological thriller, I would say, but I really enjoyed it. I thought it was quite clever in the way it did its reveal at the end and who actually did do the killing. It was quite of a shock, let's put it that way. So yeah, I found that side of things very interesting, and I obviously absolutely love the setting. So it was actually set in a fictional village, but it was described as being just down the road from an area that we were actually staying in as well. So that was very interesting. And they actually went to the waterfalls, they went to Pen-y-Fan, which we did last time we were at the Brecon Beacons back in June. So I could kind of picture like the setting in this book, which was, you know, brilliant as well. So yeah, but I did really enjoy this. I've given it 4 stars. It's a book that I would recommend. I think you need to check your trigger warnings with it though. That's the only thing. So yeah, just bear that in mind going into it, because there's a couple of things which it touches on. Well, it's a main a main storyline, a couple of things. And yeah, I very much enjoyed it, and I loved the fact that I managed to read this whilst being in the Brecon Beacons, and it's set in the Brecon Beacons. So I'm definitely going to do that again at some point. I think it's a really good take. I'm obviously showing like videos of our days out as well in this vlog, so I hope that you enjoy this reading vlog. Thank you so much for watching, and please do like and subscribe if you wish to do so. I hope to do many more vlogs, reading vlogs. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this one. Thank you so much for watching.